So welcome to the Intelligent Speakers Distinguished Club. And today we start with just turn off your cell phones or reduce the volume. And from here I would like to welcome our Vice President here, Anjana Bacho, to start.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Very happy to see you all. Today Sheila is off to Intel to attend the Toastmasters session, just to see how it's going on there and maybe get some inputs. So I'm stepping in for her role. There are two important things I want to share with the club today. First is we are officially a distinguished club now.
Wow.
I think we all saw the email. It's really important to get to that stage, and doing it so soon is really a big achievement. To get to Distinguished Club, we had to fulfill 5 goals, and we have done that. And since we have 2 more months to get to finish the term, we can shoot to the Select Distinguished Club. And to do that, we have to complete 2 more CCs and a CL probably. There are 2 more goals that we need to achieve. So if we all put in our effort and time to this, I think we can hit that goal. We have speeches and leadership roles that you can sign up and help the club achieve the Select Distinguished Club. And the second announcement that I want to make is we had area contest yesterday for Tall Tales and International Speech Contest. And Ramesh, I don't see David here, but David represented our club. Ramesh took up international speech, and David participated for the Tall Tales. And I'm so proud to say that David won 3rd place in area. So even if he's not here, I think we should give him a round of applause. And Ramesh did a great job too. He represented our club, and it was really nice to see 2 of our club members on the stage yesterday. With that, I would like to welcome our Toastmaster for the day to run this meeting, Leo Hu.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters. Yeah, it's very good to see you here. We have a full house. When I joined this morning, I was came in late today because I worked in office until 2 o'clock last night to solve some interesting problems. When I joined today, I just noticed how beautiful it is today. So it's springtime, we noticed that. So when I was assigned the role of Toastmaster, I was thinking choosing springtime as the theme for the meeting. Then I talked to Richard last Friday in cafeteria. Then he said, oh, he just chose one last week, which I didn't attend. So then I still thinking about springtime. One thing is I noticed, all the flowers coming, the grains coming out, the animals coming out. So it is a time of awakening. So things wake up. So then when I reflect on myself, I feel like I have read a book which awakened me spiritually. So the book I'm talking about is this one. It's called The Power of Now. I have read it for a while. It's not easy to read book, but it's very, let's say, enlightening. So it's a time to waking from the earth's awakening, and also let's also reflect ourselves and to see if we can also wake up ourselves spiritually. So that book, I would say, it's a life changer for me. So then I came up with another idea. I said, oh, maybe in our life, when we go on, have many things which would change us. So that's how I choose today's theme. It's called One Things That Changed Your Life. So let's reflect our life, what's changed us for better. So I got the responses for the people who is going to serve the meeting today. First one, let me introduce our general evaluator. When I asked him what changed him, he said becoming father of 2 children. That's the most important event happened to him recently. And that changed him and put him in different perspective. He liked to make them happy and also make him appreciate more of things other people do to him, especially his parents when they raise him. So let's welcome today's General Evaluator, Wesley Chen.
Thank you, Leo. I think I also forgot to mention that they also take away all my free time. So that's how they've changed my life as well. So today I'll be your general evaluator for the meetings. I will be taking notes throughout the meeting, seeing how everything's running and if it's going along smoothly, as well as asking on my team to help participate and take on their roles. So let's start off by introducing our awe counter for the meeting, Sridhar.
Today my role is sort of awe counter. So I'll find the filler words in your speeches such as and multiple uses of and. These are some of the filler words, and at the end of the meeting I'll give a report for that. That will help you reduce your filler words in the future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now let's move on to our grammarian as well as the word of the day, Daniel.
So I'll be your grammarian for today. I'll be basically looking for grammar mistakes. Now I have to do a disclosure before that. I am not great at grammar, so it's going to be a little bit challenging for me. But besides that, I did pick a day as a word of the day, which is evolve, which I think really fits very well with life change. Evolve means to, let me get this correct, develop gradually from a simple to a more complex form. So every time we have those life-changing moments, I think we evolve as a person. I'll be your grammarian today.
Thank you, Daniel. And let's introduce our timer, Shankar.
Hi everyone, this is Shankar. Today my role is the timer to capture the times, your starting and ending speech time. So suppose if your time is 5 to 7, so I'll show the green card. That means still you can go ahead. And yellow card, suppose if you reach 6 minutes, that means this is cautious. So you need to be close soon. So this is the red. This may not look red, but this means the time is over. So to end of your speeches, I will give the timing, which time, how much each you took. So that's all from my end.
Now I'll be returning to introduce the evaluators for the speeches, and now let me return back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, Wes. Now we will have our first speech. When I ask the question to her, says, what changed your life? And this person says, becoming a mother. So first is, Wes says, becoming a father, and this person says, becoming a mother. So she felt like that's the greatest accomplishment she have ever achieved. And started with maybe thinking herself needs, but now children and family life is her center of life. And make her to try to be a better person. Like, eat healthy, sleeping early, don't speak anything the kids could learn. Right? So that's very interesting reflection. So children make us a better person. Let's welcome Pooja Jain for our first.
Good morning,
Vice President, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today I'm delivering my second speech, and the title is If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. You all must be thinking why I chose this title. Till this Monday, I did not know what my speech will be about. I reached home and my 3-year-old son asked me, Mama, are you happy today? I said, yes son, I am happy. Why are you asking me that? He said, if you're happy, you need to clap your hands. I'm like, okay. So I realized that kids are happy all the time. A few days back, I went to Disneyland, and as it is called the happiest place on earth, it truly was. Everybody I saw was so happy, cheerful, enjoying life. But as adults, are we happy all the time? There is some or the other kind of stress we always keep on taking. I thought, is it only the kids' innocence, or are we too busy to be happy? So I sat down and thought that what is the thing that makes me happy? And is it the true happiness? Let me share it with you, my reasons to get happy. The first reason, shopping. I really enjoy shopping. Or if somebody gives me a gift, or I get something new, anything of that sort, I just love it. Let me ask you, what are the things that make you happy? A new car? Or a better paying job? Or let's say a bigger home? Or let's just say a new cell phone, the greatest cell phone you have got. But let's go to another question. Are any of these things give you long-term happiness? My guess is that any of the mood boost you get by such things won't last long. It never does. As soon as you achieve the latest and the greatest, the euphoria dissipates and you begin longing for something else. Our spirits can never achieve peace, contentment, and happiness by mere such things. A self-centered life can never achieve happiness. So I thought, yes, these things make me happy, but what is more happiness that gives me? Which is like inside happiness. So I thought, and I figured out, my family. My family gives me real happiness. Whenever I'm upset, I just see my son playing around and I feel really happy. If I have a bad day, I just see him smiling and it makes my day. When I go to my home country, I see my parents and I feel the pleasure, the happiness that I get. When I am really upset, then my friends are there to comfort me. So the second reason for me to be happy is family and friends. I really get happy with my family and friends. No matter how bad life gets, there will always be someone who loves you unconditionally. Do you think that your friends or family can ever see you in a miserable state? No, never. So, if you really want to be happy, this is the place to start. Then I thought, what are the other things that make me happy? So the third thing that makes me happy is faith. I believe faith and happiness go hand in hand. I am a religious person and I believe in God. Whenever I have some sort of questions, God is the place where I find all my answers. He is the person who gives me all the answers and who is with me in my pain, in my joy, in everything. He is a positive sense of belonging I have in my life that we all need in our life. He is a conviction, firm conviction that I am not alone, never in my life. So I believe that if you trust someone, if you have faith, you'll never feel alone, and that itself is so comforting. You will evolve in your life that I have someone. Fourth, but not the last thing that gives me happiness is helping others, serving others. I recently found out how serving others can make you happy. I was on Facebook just doing here and there, seeing pictures and all. Then I saw a post of a lady who is asking for funds for her daughter who was born with a condition that required a surgery. And for that, she needed more than $1 million. That lady, she was able to achieve already 780K, and she still needed more than 400K. So I thought, even if I do this much for that little girl, it will give me happiness. And it will be so great that I have saved someone else's life. I saw the pictures of that little girl, and it was so precious. It was so devastating thinking that anything can happen to such a beautiful life. I decided I should also do something to help others. And trust me, such happiness that you will get by helping others will not last for a few seconds or days, it will last forever. And I decided this is the true happiness that you will get from inside out. It is not materialistic, and it is something that you will cherish forever. In the end, I want to say a line that I read on internet. It's never too late to start over. If you weren't happy with yesterday, try something different today. Do better. Be happy. Don't stop. And I want to end it with the same line that my son said. If you're happy and you know it, and if you're happy and you really want to show it, clap your hands.
Awesome speech. So let's take a minute to evaluate Puja's speech. All right, great. Thanks, Puja. That's really good for thought. And coincidentally, a lot of things you talk about, the book talks about, and very similar. The book has a point of view that says, we have many religions and many kinds of gods. The book, the author believes that there's only one source, the being, and the one source of our joy. The joy comes from within, not without. All right, thank you. Let's now move to our second speech. When I asked him, what changed your life? One thing that changed your life. He said that when he was old enough, he started to help out with his father's restaurant. And that gave him some realization, because he never realized what it took to run a restaurant. That's a lot of work, a lot of time, and that realization helped him to grow. So let's welcome Kelly Ted.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters, guests, and Madam President. Oh, man, she's not there. Do you know what these people all have in common? You have Putin, Theodore Roosevelt, Guy Ritchie, Ronda Rousey. Just like myself, we are all practitioners of judo. Since the rise of the popularity of MMA, there's a lot of misconception that all martial arts are bloody, all for the knockouts, or just to see someone beat somebody up. I've been training for judo about 15 years, and I can tell you that at least judo is, in judo you take your opponent's strength and counter it with balance and technique. Today, I'd like to break that misconception and tell you that judo is a great martial arts for self-defense, and also how it's practical to life and for mind, body, and spirit. When it comes to judo, it starts with the mind. There are thousands and thousands of techniques for judo. It's because there's no two scenarios are the same and no two opponents are the same. There are techniques for tall people, short people, wide people. There are techniques for strong people. There are also techniques for very heavy damage. If you want to counter someone's, and there's also damage for light damage as well. There's also techniques where you don't have to hurt somebody. Maybe you're at a bar at a friend's house, or at a bar and you had too many drinks and you don't want to hurt that person. And there's also counters and setups to judo. So there's a lot of, you have to learn these techniques. And also, these techniques are always evolving. You have to be flexible, you have to be open-minded. You have to adapt with the new times and learn these techniques. And when you learn these techniques, you also find out what's your strength and weakness. You identify which techniques are really good for you and which are not so good for you. So when you have a sharp mind, you need to have the body to execute these techniques. And sure, you could go to a gym and work out your strengths and speed, but when you train in judo, you could also work out your flexibility, your balance, your agility, your even anticipation. And what's great about in judo is you don't have to have a partner that's your size. Unlike other martial arts, like such as boxing, you gotta find someone your own size. But in judo, you can see over here, you can work with someone that's tall, short, elderly, kids. I also train with some of the people that are blind as well. And what's great about judo is it's for you and your partner is it's both mutually beneficial. If I do a throw on you, you would feel that throw. You could counter it. You could learn. Maybe you could catch a counter. You could see the setup. You could see the position. And so it's a great workout for your body. And once you have a sharp mind and a conditioned body, you also start living in a judo spirit. Judo has many philosophies. One of my favorite philosophies in judo is focus, effort, and maximum efficiency. In judo, you don't have to do punch for punch or kick for kick. If someone throws you a punch, you can counter it with a throw or a hip throw, or maybe you could trip them, or maybe lock it. There's a lot of variations to that one punch only. And also, be a lifelong learner. You have to, it's always, since techniques are always evolving, your body is always evolving, you have to be conditioned and be able to adapt to new times. Some of the techniques you might work 10 years ago might not work today. Some of the techniques that you're strong 10 years ago might not work against another opponent. And then one of the best life lesson in judo is every time you fall, always get back up. In judo, there's always going to be throws, and you're always going to fall. Somebody has to fall. I think in life, no one is perfect, no one's decision is perfect, and you always have to learn to get up after you fall. So one of the best person that exemplifies my core values in judo is a young lady named Kenku Fukaru. At 4'11", weighing 100 pounds, she had trained 78 years of judo. In 2011, she earned the highest black belt degree in judo, 10th degree black belt, at the age of 98 years old. And I got a chance to meet her about 4 or 5 years before she got the 10th degree black belt. I remember sitting in her class, she was sharp, she was witty, she was able to teach techniques in very detail. And what I remember most about her was at the end of the class, she gave me a firm handshake. I never felt a grip of a 90-year-old so strong before. So in conclusion, I hope that today I was able to break any misconception for judo and at least some of the martial arts. And I hope you are able to find your own judo way of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, it's a very interesting speech. It's really can help us to learn. Let's take a minute to evaluate Kelly's speech. All right, great. Thank you again, Kai. It's a very nice lesson learned. I think that the judo way is a way of life. It's an integration of your body, mind, and spirit. And you really don't know what your potential is, just like the old lady could do at 90 years old. Now, let's come to the table topic section. So when I ask what changed her life, she says her daughter. So we have a lot of young talents here. That's great. That's great. The way of life. And she told me that what particularly her daughter changed her life is her daughter teach her to look things at new perspective, and she can learn from her daughter every day. That's a great perspective as well. Let's welcome Antenna Butcher.
So as usual, very interesting portion of the meeting, table topics. I'm sure all of you are excited and thinking, am I going to be the one today? Okay. So what I have planned today is have two options for you. I'll call up a speaker, and then there are questions in both these cups. One of them, if you choose to speak the truth, pick question from here, then you're bounded to speak truth. And then if you choose to pick this cup, answer the questions from this cup, you can make up your own stories, so it's all about fiction. So whatever your choice is, come here, pick a question, and then if you're speaking truth, yes, of course, we will all love to listen. If you want to talk fiction, we love that too. And in case you choose to not answer that question, I'll give you one option. You can think about it and then maybe pick another one. So just one time. So let's begin. First, I would like to call Joe.
Fiction.
Yes. Ooh, this one's tough. What is the last lie I told?
It's fiction.
It's fiction.
Yeah. This one's hard because, like, I try not to tell lies. I try not to do things like that because, I don't know, it usually comes back to biting you in the ass in the end. Just one way or another. So I honestly can't name the last time I ever had to tell a lie to anybody because I try to live my life not telling lies. Is that a lie in itself?
Yes, it is.
I've never told a lie, so that should be my lie today. My last lie I ever tell. But that would be my answer.
Now we know the last lie you said is the most recent one. Now I would like to call Syra.
Straight to the truth.
No lies.
No lies. Who plays the most important role in your life? I would say it's my mother. Suddenly, when this question pops at me, I cannot think of any solid reason, but I feel at each and every moment of my life, it is her. Probably I'm more educated than her, but even when it comes to such specific things, I can correlate something that my mother has done or acted in a similar situation from where I could draw a lot of inspiration. And I always get an answer as to what to do or how she would have done or faced that situation. So I would say at any time of my life, it would be my mother.
Yeah, we always have something to learn from our mother. Shilpa.
That's a tough choice. Go with the truth. Easier to say the truth, right? What is the one most important thing in a good relationship? All right. I think it's what I feel. It's basically honesty, and it's actually honesty and trust. If you think that you have the honest, if you need to really build up an honest relationship, you need to always say the truth to the other person and make sure the base of the relationship is strong and based on trust and honesty.
I request you to come down. Rakesh, thank you. Take challenges.
Share one thing that you want to start doing, but you have already